and gentlemen, it's the Heaps On podcast.
Dubstep. My favourite type of music, dubstep.
Oh, sick.
Fart step, the new genre, the new music. It's a revolution of music.
Send the boys down, give them a fucking
beautiful.
good ride.
Welcome to the episode of the Heaps On podcast. Is it the 23rd?
Kia ora whānau.
It's the 23rd
Episode.
24th episode.
My name's Ra Pomari again. He's Tav, and that's Ben over there.
Kia ora.
We're broadcasting live.
From West Auckland, from a garage in West Auckland once again.
It's
Today's
pissing
show's
down.
Prison.
We've got no rugby and we've got no league now. There's nothing left that we know anything about.
It's boring.
Somehow half the show's still about league, though. What else are we talking about?
We're talking about league.
Social. Tav refuses to let up.
I've got a lot of league chat
He
to talk
wedges
about.
at least 10 minutes of league into the show, even in November. Good on him.
We're talking about, we might be talking about stealing copper. We might be talking about stealing, what are those engines on the Priuses that everyone steals?
Hybrids.
Hybrids. We might be talking about that.
We're talking about stealing Aussie kids' opportunities to post on TikTok too.
Ooh.
They've banned it over there, and we're also talking about a bit of a Christchurch theft as well.
Yeah, hearty.
And Auckland FC.
We're talking
Keep
about
rolling.
Auckland FC. We've got the
Boo.
news. We've
Nah.
got the sport. We've got a scamming. If you tune in later on at the end of the show, and Ben might do a little performance for us as well, if you're lucky.
We're talking Black Friday deals.
Oh.
Specifically, how cheap can you get those socks for?
Fucking oath.
How
Because that's
cheap?
what I'm getting you guys for Christmas, by the
Nice.
way.
Oh, I haven't got you anything yet.
Tell me now.
Shit.
I don't want to wait. How cheap?
Pretty cheap.
Oh, okay. A bazinga. So I wanted to start the show off with a bit of controversy that came out
Okay.
last night.
Yeah.
So down in Christchurch, the cricket is on at the moment. England are over for a tour of New Zealand.
Yes.
And, as well as the team coming over, a few YouTubers came over too. And I don't know, some big cricket YouTube
I think they're a
channel
radio
or something.
station, Talk Sport.
Talk
Talk Sport's
cricket.
a massive, UK.
Oh, right.
Never
radio
heard of them.
kind of thing that they do like Vox Pops, like what do you think of the game, mate? What do you think of the game, mate?
I loved it.
But yeah, this is the YouTube channel guys for the cricket.
Right. Okay. Right.
think.
So these poor geezers. So I think they've come over here to enjoy some Kiwi hospitality. Everyone's showing them a good time.
Yeah.
Shouting them beers, and then maybe they were luring them away from their equipments because overnight they had a break-in and they basically had all of their video and radio equipment stolen.
Far out.
Laptops, TVs, alcohol, a lot of stuff. And
There's going to be a new radio station starting up in Christchurch next week.
not another one. Come on.
They've already got 4. Just kidding.
Yeah, so they've basically said we've loved our time over here, but we are very disappointed over the theft, and we're hoping that by putting a call out to the locals that some of their equipment may be returned. But let's be real, fellas, it ain't happening, is
Yeah.
it? That
They'll be
shit-
aware
that
of
shit's
it.
gone for good.
That
They'll-
shit's gone.
They'll wait 2 weeks before putting it on Facebook Marketplace.
Not getting too techie, fellas, but how often do you leave all your gear on location in an unsecure place when you're away
what do they call
on
it?
shoot?
Hollywood Rap.
Yeah.
Hollywood Rap, when you just leave everything there.
Yeah, that's usually when you're in the studio. But
Yeah, studio, exactly. You don't do it when you're on a fucking prefab building at a cricket ground.
Nah, because
Take it to the bloody hotel, mate. That's
It's-
all your shit.
it's pretty easy for your perception of Christchurch to be warped when you're at a test cricket match and you're just surrounded by lots of old white people. You
Yeah.
think this place is safe as
What are you
hell.
saying about the people who robbed them?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Profile them.
There's not much riff-raff going on at test
okay,
cricket,
yeah,
is there?
yeah.
There might
No,
be
no.
a few people sculling beers. Oh, you scull your beer, you
True.
bastard!
I think it was one of the guys dressed as banana. He was incognito.
He was one of the robbers.
Yep.
Right.
Scoping it out.
I know Ra said not to get too techie, but it really has left a bad taste in my mouth.
Has it?
Yeah, this whole thing.
Like the techie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, bro.
That's gross.
So I guess, let's not forget that Christchurch is oozing out the wazoo with crime here, people. And it's a real issue.
Some bad eggs down there.
There's some bad eggs down there. I lived down there for 2 years, and
Man of the world is Tev.
I had a lot of experience with crime
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
This was I was studying down there just as the self-service revolution was happening, and so I was a pioneer, I guess you could say, for putting in a 60-cent bread roll through the self-service at Pack and Save when really I'm buying a huge ciabatta.
Far out.
Yeah. So
I got a story on this actually. Keep going, and then I'll
right.
weigh in.
So basically, that's how I funded all of my food over the 2 years. But I had a lot of crime happen to me in my time living down there. There was one time I used to have a ute, and you have those covers for your tray, a tonneau cover is what it's called. I got home from, I think it was in Rangiora, from buying it. Cost
With
me
that big salmon.
Cost me $80. Yeah.
Yeah.
And got home, literally ran inside because I was grabbing something so I can go head off to a mate's place, grabbing some piss I had inside.
Okay.
Came out 5 minutes later, the cover was gone.
What?
Yeah.
You were
And-
robbed in Christchurch.
I was robbed.
And it
That's
wasn't a
crazy.
windy day.
No, it wasn't a windy day.
Oh, man.
It was strapped down. I lived in a place called Linwood, or as a lot of people down there call it, Linhood.
Oh, the hood.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was-
just want to go back a second here. Just a bit of a question I've got for you. How'd you afford a fucking ute in uni?
It was an old Hilux.
Okay,
I had a Toyota Levin when I lived in Levin.
Righto.
Sold it for $4,000.
Gee.
And then
yeah.
there was an old farmer in Palmy who was selling the missus of the
Damn.
farm had a Hilux.
Damn, this guy Shane Warne.
Offered him $4,000.
Flipping so
he
much.
said, "All right."
Just a two-wheel drive one, though, eh?
Just a two-wheel drive one.
Okay,
It was a,
fair
it was
enough.
a
Sorry
great-
to
it was
just
a
jump
great
in there.
truck.
I just was really like, damn, you were living the life.
You knew me when I had that truck, eh?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe it was before I knew you. Anyway, so as well as that, I
Yeah.
think in 1 year I had my truck broken into 6 times, and I kept buying just shitty speakers to install for it so I could actually have some music.
Ah.
And every time, within a few weeks, it would get broken into my
Far
speakers. I was buying my own speakers from the pawn shop down there.
Ah,
There's
shit.
a lot of pawn shops
Look.
in Christchurch.
Hey,
Yep.
if you talk sport guys want to complain, fucking listen to what
Yeah.
Tav's had to go through, right?
Yeah, it's pretty rough down there, man.
It is,
I'm
it's
trying
rough.
to tell you. I'm trying to warn you, okay?
Yeah. Don't leave your shit lying around.
I'm wondering if the earthquake looting, because when the earthquake happened, everyone was looting.
Right.
Even if you weren't in the CBD, you
Yeah.
just go over to your neighbour's place because
Yeah.
it was kind of like international waters at that point, Christchurch.
right.
If there was anything outside, it was yours. It was up for the taking.
Oh, tell me about it. I saw people with wheelbarrows just taking all of the mud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
The liquefaction.
Yeah.
Did any of those guys get prosecuted?
I don't. Who knows? I haven't heard anything.
looters.
Some
about
sort of
it.
army.
Or the
Well,
mud-
they,
the
were
mud
like, they were
stealers.
the army stealing that shit.
The
weren't they?
army
the
was
army-
taking buckets full of mud out of there.
The
An army
army
of
was-
students looting mud.
Army were doing a lot of stealing.
Yeah.
So in 2017 as well in Christchurch, there was one night and day store that got robbed 8 times in 7 months.
Whoa.
Probably the same people. I think after the 3rd or 4th time, it just became a laugh. Like they get on the beers and be like, "Let's go do it again."
Send the
That's
boys
why
down, give them
you
a
don't
fucking
say-
good ride.
Thank you. Come again.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also, I'd like to raise that the Canterbury basketball team
Yeah.
called the Rams.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you could probably thank them for all the ram raids that happened.
Yeah.
Last year in Christchurch, and one night there was 7 ram raids in the CBD.
We could petition them to change their name to the Raiders.
That's true. Yeah,
True.
they should.
Yeah.
It's
So
a crime-riddled place, Christchurch.
it
Get
really
over it,
is,
fellas.
but it's the people that make it.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
people that make it great, as well as the fish and chip shops down there. They do those chicken burgers where half the patty's hanging out of the bun.
Oh, I love
it's
that.
bloody beautiful.
That's awesome.
But I just want to shout out to you, those
And the wizard.
UK camera people. Kia kaha, my bros. I hope you get your shit back. If you're listening to this and you were the one who robbed them,
I was going to hit a whistle too.
give
Give their shit back.
their shit back.
It's a
Yeah.
bad look for us. Imagine if
Six
they'd robbed
again.
I Show Speed last week, you know? Imagine if I Show Speed got all his shit stolen.
Imagine if we didn't get that fucking stream.
Yeah, imagine if someone stole his live pack so that the guy couldn't do all that shit and then no one got to see how weird New Zealand is.
And all his spare shirts that he put on that were always themed.
Speaking of stealing, hey, Auckland FC just keeps stealing points in the A-League.
Crikey, they do.
They haven't lost a fucking game and they haven't even drawn
They
one.
haven't conceded. They haven't conceded a fucking goal.
I know, it's crazy. They are 5 from 5 in the A-League. People saying already it's a done deal. They're going to win the league in their first year. The Port certainly sniffing their own farts. Continue to. Good on them.
I think so, yeah. But they showed up. You know, it was pissing down yesterday.
It was.
They showed up for the
They
game.
did.
Yeah, it was pretty epic to see the Port in full force in the rain. I liked the amount of times they cut to them, and every time there was a guy just getting that vape ready to honk a few times in the rain.
There's something about a victorious football team that just really drives the slim white men absolutely wild up here.
They love it. They
do.
love it. The rest of the stadium, obviously, a lot of fair weather family fans. Wasn't as full as the last couple of games. Obviously, wasn't a sellout because of the rain, I think.
Yeah.
But 5 from 5. It's setting it up nicely for Wellington to come up here and fucking end this run.
The derby is next week, which
It
also
is.
might explain why the numbers were kind of low this week. Was maybe some people had to make, cost of living right now.
Yeah,
they had
true.
to choose. Am I going to go watch them play bloody? Who were they playing?
Newcastle Jets.
Newcastle Jets.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No,
Or the
probably
Wellington
not.
Phoenix.
Well, that game's sold out. That will be pretty good. I think Auckland will still get the job done.
Are you
Man, they're
going?
good. Nah, I'm not
Are you
going.
going, Ben?
I think I'm going to be at home.
He's practicing his flute this week.
Yeah, nice.
He's getting pretty good at it too, by the way.
Yeah.
But,
I taught myself those songs last night.
He's incredible. He's getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great Christmas down there at the Day household.
Anyway,
yeah.
my thing about shoplifting,
Go
right?
on, go back to it.
I was at St. Luke's a couple of days ago, and
Go
I
on.
saw the Stevens store, which had these wonderful mini fry pans.
Yeah.
I thought, why not? You can never have a fry pan too small, in my opinion.
Ben's
Any-
bought some fucking small fry pans in his life.
I
I can
have.
vouch for that.
Like dollhouse type of stuff, almost. Anyway, I wasn't going to go drop that in the car and then go back to the supermarket,
Yeah.
was I? So I took
No.
it through to the supermarket. So there I am scanning my groceries. I get to the end.
Yes.
I go to pay, and it says, "Hey, do you still have something in your basket?" I'm like, "How the bloody hell does it know?"
Whoa.
Bring the lady over. Cut to a top-down shot of me at the bloody machine. Did you know they have little
Wow.
hidden cameras
Didn't
up
know
there?
that.
There's a drone following you around.
The last thing that I want to be faced with when I'm trying to buy some groceries and a mini fry pan is the state of my bald spot.
Big
Yeah, you gotta
brother,
wear a hat.
Big brother watching you,
Damn,
bro.
that is crazy. I didn't know there were cameras up there.
They should have a bald spot warning because it's bloody confronting. I'm telling you, seeing it from the top just like
yeah,
that.
I refuse to let anyone tall stand next to me. That's why I keep my distance from you, because you'll go, "It's going on up there, buddy."
That's what I imagine Shaquille O'Neal feels like,
Yeah,
Is it time for
absolutely.
your turning
But
point,
yeah, that's
Tay-Tay?
confronting. So they try to say you were stealing, and then they just expose your head to yourself.
Yeah, I did
Fucking
keep
bastards.
the receipt for the mini fry pan, so it was all good in the end.
Oh,
But,
that's good. Yeah,
trigger
rude.
warning.
Totally.
Beautiful.
That's horrible. Back to the Auckland FC, just quickly. That
Yes.
was Ben's
Bald rant.
bald rant. But yeah, no, they're going pretty good. No one's ever done, I don't think, in 17 years, no one's done 5 clean sheets
What, just like on
to
the
start
first
the season.
year or just
yeah, no, I
in
think
general?
In general, 5 clean sheets to
Wow.
start a season.
Crikey.
They've got
from anyone is.
I had a look at the next like 4 or 5 games. They've got some real bangers coming up. Because, I mean, they've had, I don't know, their biggest test probably was the derby.
Yeah.
Or Sydney FC, arguably. MacArthur
Yeah.
used to be good, but they're not really that hot.
Yeah.
Their big test will be when they come up against like either of the Melbourne teams.
Yeah, Victory are good.
Victory
Yeah.
are real good.
Have they played Adelaide yet?
No.
And Adelaide the second,
Adelaide,
right?
Yeah, Adelaide have got their best ever start in A-League history right now. They're
Yeah.
looking hot.
They look good.
When they play them and Central Coast Mariners, I think, didn't they won it last year, eh? The
Yes,
Mariners?
CCM.
Yeah. So when they play them, that's when they'll be tested.
Apparently, Central Coast aren't going as well. But yeah, good on the Auckland the Auckland Phoenix. The Auckland FC.
Yeah, good on you, Auckland FC fans.
yeah,
I hope
from-
New Zealand rugby teams, you're paying attention. This is
Yes.
how you get bums on seats, you bastards.
Bums on seats, mate.
That's something that we should look into.
Please tell me that
In a professional league, what's the longest run of 0-0 draws?
You should do that research this
I'll
week,
do
Ben.
that.
That's your
I'll
little
do-
project for the week.
I'll do that research this week.
World
Do
of
the
News.
sting, Tav.
Oh,
Welcome.
wait, wrong sting. Hold on.
Hold on, we're having some of news.
Welcome.
News.
Welcome to the World of News, where we discuss some of the big news stories that are happening around the world, but mostly in New Zealand and mostly in rural New Zealand, Aotearoa that is.
Huge stuff.
But one of the biggest stories we've noticed this week has been Australia passed a law banning under 16s, I believe, from using
Shit.
social media platforms.
That's right. TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit, X, and Instagram liable for fines of up to $50 million.
They can't do it. They're not allowed to use it. It's crazy.
Wait,
That, between that and the vape ban, what are those kids going to do?
I know it's out the gate, but we
We're
were
missing out on formative experiences.
Yeah, but one thing I thought in New Zealand and mostly around the world, we need to ban fucking people over 60 from using Facebook first.
Yep.
Yeah.
The kids aren't the problem, it's those guys. They say the most out the gate racist, sexist, bigoted shit
Or just
on
like
any platform.
confusingly left of field random shit.
Yeah, I think that they're less discerning than the kids. I mean, they believe some of the most, fake news stuff out there.
Can we keep the AI pictures away from them too, please?
Yeah, I think that's true. We should definitely ban AI pictures from over 60s algorithms because they go down those rabbit holes and are just like, whoa.
You know, if they
It's a
don't
dog
have their,
playing cards, mate. There's been a painting of that for years,
if they don't have their reading glasses on too, it is very convincing.
Yeah, true. It is.
They cannot distinguish reality to fake.
It really is the dog playing cards sort of
It is.
metaphor, isn't it?
Yeah.
They love, it's like if an octopus is reading a book, they're like, oh, fuck, that's out of it.
Yeah,
Whoa.
or it's like an infant and like a puppy that are like, hugging or something. They're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, that's beautiful. That puppy's got 5 arms.
It took 5
But
seconds for AI to generate that.
Yeah. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, how many likes can our troops get?
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're going to fine like the platforms if they prevent children from
Yes.
holding accounts.
Yes.
Which maybe this is a step towards. I mean, I can imagine in a world where you need to provide validation of your identity to create an account.
Yes.
This is kind of taking a step towards that because any scammer can have 30 Facebook accounts. I know myself, I've got about 20 of them.
You do too.
I've even got a group of them all together and one person who's not me. And I'm currently catfishing the fuck out of them into giving me their, I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, so, maybe this is a step towards a progressive step that we need to be taking.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that we noticed in our research for this article is that someone who's really opposed to this law is a young YouTuber called Leo Puglisi. Now, Leo Puglisi is an Australian 17-year-old who has a YouTube account called Channel 6 News, and he basically does Fox News on YouTube. And now, what I want to say about this guy is, gee whiz, he was 11 years old when he started it, and he's complaining that his reporters are 15.
Shit.
They can't go on TikTok and Twitter now to do reporting. I mean, obviously, no one really needs a 17-year-old or a 15-year-old reading the news. There's already 50-year-olds reading it. But I just want to say what a great world we live in where bullying is no longer as prevalent. So a kid like this, can actually do this free of, the vitriol of his colleagues or his peers.
I don't think we're going to miss it though, because if I want to hear a completely puerile take on something like that a child would come up with, I just go to Sky News Australia.
Yeah, he's definitely gunning for a spot on Sky News Australia, this kid. But you do. It is always interesting when you come across someone who's like a 50-year-old man in a 15-year-old's body. Yeah. They're buzzy. They're buzzy kids, those ones.
Yeah, I called the police last time I saw that happening.
As you should, too.
I know. And let's not forget the woman who was like 35 pretending to be a 12-year-old girl in Spain or something. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That shit happens, man. It's
It does.
real.
Yeah.
But in Australia, they're hoping that it'll reduce the addiction.
Yeah.
Lots of kids addicted to Snapchat and shit. But hey, we'll see what happens.
I think it's a knee-jerk reaction from like a few isolated cases of shit going haywire because of social media. But back before social media, back when we were at school, I used to get, we'd be subject to bullying as well.
Yes.
It wasn't just from social media. I mean, yeah, we all had Bebo.
Yeah.
But, it was more just like being fat or being ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Or being slow at racing.
Yeah,
being too slow at the sprints.
Being bad at rugby.
Totally.
These days, it's more like...
falling off the jungle gym and getting a big skid mark on your bum that looks like you pooed yourself.
That
It's
sounds-
called poo,
Well, these days-
poo pants.
That sounds too real.
These days, it's like, oh, that guy can't nail the TikTok dance,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I know.
shit.
We invited him on to play Fortnite with us, and we all dressed up in the same skin. And
He didn't have it. He
couldn't
didn't have enough
afford it.
V-Bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sucker.
But yeah, crazy that a kid can have a YouTube channel with 20,000 followers, a news channel. Usually that would just be a school project.
Yeah.
And it is no longer.
Wait, so
Here's
YouTube doesn't count. They can still go on YouTube, right?
I don't know.
And they can
They're
still
just
have
not allowed
YouTube.
to. They just have to turn
The-
comments
the
off.
articles, yeah, it says TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit, X, and Instagram.
Right, they can still go on
So
YouTube.
they can still go on YouTube. YouTube
Yeah.
Shorts is going to go right up. Invest in YouTube Shorts.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing, though. How are they going to enforce it? Because, our generation, we were probably the first to start getting those pop-ups on the internet when we wanted to view a certain site. And it would be like, please confirm your age. I'm just here wanting to see stuff about Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
And I
News
know
lie.
I can do, I'll just put 1974 every time.
Nice. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I did that a few times. But hey, good luck, Australia. Good luck enforcing it. Some other stuff that's happened in the news. Shane Jones loves muscles, eh?
He does.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He keeps investing in this muscle farm that's down in Portuguese. And he's put $52 million into it so far, I think. And
yeah,
it just
taxpayers' money.
taxpayers' money. The Regional Growth Fund, I think it's called. Ben, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's the biggest benefactor of the Regional Growth Fund, and Shane Jones just fucking will not stop pumping cash into it. Now, at what point do you say, Shane, give up on the fucking muscles, mate?
Give it up. It's a loss-making muscle farm.
Yeah.
And he's continuing to pump our money in. And the taxpayers' union are saying he's taking the piss.
Taxpayers Union, yeah, never been. Yeah, they're onto it.
So the taxpayers' union named their annual government waste awards the Jonesies.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, that's what they've named it this year.
Jeez.
The
Isn't it
Jonesies.
funny, though, that they call themselves that and that the people who give them money pay probably the least, at least in terms of a percentage-wise,
Definitely a little
pay the
bait.
least amount of tax out of anyone.
Yeah, it's
That's-
a little
I've
bait and
always done
switch.
that, yeah.
yeah, little mind fuck for people.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you? Wait,
They're
yeah.
not just a bunch of people, on $30 an hour paying their wages tax.
No, they're definitely not. They're trying to avoid paying. They're trying to be like the people that are pumping money into them, paying
Yeah.
the least tax possible, right?
Yeah, it's quite an interesting little deception that they've done there.
Yeah, the Taxpayers Union isn't actually the biggest taxpayers
Damn.
Yeah.
group in the country.
Maybe we can start the non-taxpayers union.
Yeah,
And
hell
we
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We represent all those cashies that the tradies are doing.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, bro. All the stuff you don't declare when you do it.
You're
You get
looking
caught
for
and audited.
representation. Hit us up, brother.
But yeah, no, they Shane Jones loves the muscles, and some other stuff that's happened is, did you guys read about this husband who became obsessed with triathlons?
Yes.
To the point that it ruined his
Put some
sex
sad
life.
music on, Tav. We got to cover this.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
come.
Do not come.
Yeah, the wife got pretty miffed. He
Was a gateway drug this time.
Well, that's what I
Rather
was
than
going
the
to
opposite
say.
way, yeah.
You just have one bowl of Nutri-Grain. Next thing you fucking know, you've lost your sex life with your missus. You're running fucking 45 Ks
Yeah.
and cycling 60.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they needed the piss to root, I think problematic in itself.
This sounds like a paid ad by Big Alcohol.
Yeah.
Big Piss is
Yeah.
spreading this. You're going to not want to root anymore if
Sounds-
you do too much activities.
Totally.
Sounds like Lion Red versus Sanitarium.
It does a bit.
It also
Lion
sounds
Nathan,
like
I should say.
it also sounds like this couple's entire relationship was being held up by getting on the piss
On a Friday
together.
night,
on
yeah.
a Friday night.
Yeah.
And
Maybe look at
rooting.
yourself, lady.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go on a triathlon with them.
Hey, don't knock it, guys. That's the kind of mentality this country was born on.
True. What's that?
Getting pissed as down at the pub and then having heaps of kids.
Yeah, true.
This is the last
good call.
paragraph of the story. As for Tom, he is training for another triathlon and can drink his protein shakes as uninterrupted as he wants now. There's no denying the fact he looks great. He's even working on getting a six-pack. But for me, the spark in our connection alongside that shared bottle of wine has sadly gone.
She's dumped him.
Has she?
She's going
Yeah,
for
they
other.
broke up.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's
she's
brutal.
been single for 6 months, and I miss someone to cuddle up to. Friday night drinks with Tom have been replaced by a trip to the pub with my sister.
Yeah.
And maybe a little trip to the pokies if we're lucky.
Hey.
Brutal.
Yeah. So next time you think about going for a run or a jog, just
Don't.
think about how you could be getting on the piss with your missus.
Do you think he sent in a parallel article to stuff or something,
Yeah.
being like, my missus I was on a weight loss journey and my
Yeah.
missus just would not do it. She wanted to get drunk every Friday.
Have a drink with me and bang,
I lost
come
20
on.
kilos. I was at risk of having a heart attack.
Yeah.
So is she. She just won't do it. She refuses to admit it. She's in denial. So there's two sides to every
My
coin.
overweight alcoholic missus dumped me for trying to get rid of my type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, there's that side of it too. Yeah. What else is happening in the news? In Nelson, a racist
This is horrible.
theatre audience member
Yes.
has really flown off the handle here. So there's a Shakespeare group travelling the country at the moment, doing outdoor performances of Macbeth, I believe. Was that right, Ben? That sounds about right.
Yeah,
eh?
something like that.
And they were in Nelson. They do it, and they've because they're in Aotearoa. They're doing a mihi at the start of the performance, and someone in the crowd, anonymously, when it's an audience, it's dark, you don't know who's yelled it. They go, "Do it in English, you fucking
Shut up, bitch!
And luckily, the whole crowd's policed them and said exactly that. Shut up, bitch. But gee whiz, what else do you expect from Nelson, right? We do a lot of stories on Nelson.
We do a
and
lot of stories on Nelson.
They're often not super
isn't
positive.
This isn't us making this stuff up or going out of our way to
Yeah.
find stories about Nelson.
Well, they
This
don't
shit
really-
Nelson just feels like
happens
it's
there.
got a bit of a dark underbelly.
Yeah. They also don't have any
maybe-
regular news, so that we only get these weird stories
Yeah.
that come out of there, you know?
Exactly.
Maybe it's more of a light underbelly is the issue.
Oh,
They
yeah.
need a bit more dark down there.
If you're an audience member and you've got a background with Nelson, a bit of a history there, send us in some details as to why all this weird and kind of dodgy shit happens down
Well,
there.
here's my theory at least. South Island, he doesn't know what a mihi is.
True.
He thought that was the whole play and they were going to do the whole thing
True.
in Te Reo.
Right.
but
So he was freaking out.
Yeah,
he
was
wouldn't
like,
understand it.
fuck. He
Yeah.
learned a couple of the lines and was getting ready to clap and cheer at them. And
Well,
now he's thinking, fuck, I'm going to have to translate those to Te Reo.
Well, I'm going to go to the Lord of the Rings musical this weekend, and when they start, I'm going to scream out, "Do it in Māori!"
Yeah, nice.
and
bloody
really fucking turn the tables on them.
Yeah. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Do it in... Oh, wait. What language is that? Scottish. Fuck off with that shit.
It's
it,
gibberish. It's
Māori.
made up.
Something
Yeah.
wicked this way comes, and it's a racist guy in Nelson.
Yeah, I think this is probably also a case of someone who's been watching heaps of those Kill Tony videos,
Yeah, true.
where it's like heckling and all that and like just being fucking racist.
yeah.
It's kind of like accepted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. Tony Hinchcliffe's made it all fucking cool.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's funny.
There
as,
goes
eh?
the man.
He's so funny.
Do it in English.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
the poor ass guy who does stand up comedy up here and fucking laugh our asses off at him.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. This is a theatre.
Absolutely.
I think this is also another reason why, just taking us back a bit, why the Boomers should be banned off Facebook, because this guy's no doubt one of those keyboard warriors. who
Absolutely.
Anytime anything Te Reo comes up on his Facebook feed, he jumps on the comments and says, "It's New Zealand.
Totally.
It's not
Send the
our
boys
Te
around, give them
Reo."
a fucking good hide.
All right, I'm going to run through these really quick, and then if we
you don't
want
have to run through them too quick, Tav.
I'm going to fucking zoom
Give
through
them as much time as
Shit.
you like. This
All
is the
right.
Rugby League headlines with Tav. Go for it.
Ezra Mann has been sent to a building site by Michael Maguire after his cocaine car crash. Brandon Smith said he doesn't want to go to Townsville. Shuts down links to go to the Cowboys. Rumours are the Broncos are shifting Selwyn Cobo to the wing. Is this news? Do we give a fuck? No.
baby.
Laurie Daly moves into contention to take the New South Wales Blues head coach role. The Titans have signed Todd Carney as their
Todd.
junior pathways coach. Apparently he hasn't touched alcohol for 2 years. When was the last time he touched his wife?
Yeah.
And when was the last time he pissed in his own mouth?
Ben Hunt is reportedly set to retire from representative footy to focus on his game at the Broncos.
Good on him.
The Broncos have reportedly signed Grant Anderson from the Storm from 2026 onwards.
Ooh.
They're getting fucking everyone. Xavier Coates' brother, Philip Coates, who looks exactly like him.
What?
The same build and everything.
Fuck.
Has just spent some time this preseason training with you know who? The Broncos.
No.
Looking to
Yeah,
play
baby.
first grade footy as of next year.
Boo.
Time's not up for Ronald Volkman after being dropped halfway through joining the Dragons because of a bung knee. Looks like the Eels are having a wee sniff for his signature.
You're a wizard, Harry.
That's the league headline.
Nice, Tev.
I just
Very
have
well
one
done.
question. Do you guys, is his name Xavier or Xavier?
No idea, brother. I reckon Xavier.
Yeah, that's how I'd say it. But then I also think it was Charles Xavier in the X-Men. So how do we know?
He made that call.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
probably made the call.
Xavier Coates. Yeah, Xavier Savage.
Xavier is how hoity-toity Englishman would
Yeah.
say the name, which is kind of what Captain Picard was.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk about the Ezra Mam stuff again
Go on.
at the moment. So Ezra, he's been charged with driving under the influence, and he
Yes.
still hasn't been what do they call it again? They still haven't laid any charges on him, but they've
No.
said you get in charge, you bastard. So
Just allegations at this stage.
it's still allegations. He might have been doing it. He might have been driving on coke. But so he's posted a photo of him working on a work site.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of, remember when the Minister of Transport, Simeon Brown, posted a photo during the floods, and it was like clean gumboots, an untouched shovel, and he was like next to a drain, and he was like, I'm doing my part.
Yeah, the classic politician.
And people were like,
photo.
bro, this photo looks staged as fuck. This
Yeah.
is the kind of vibes that it gave me when I saw the photo of Ezra Man working on the tools. But
Yeah.
then also our mate Durry, shout out to Durry, he's a builder down in Levin. He sent the article to us in the group chat and said, my job that I do every day is a punishment for NRL players who have fucked up and they need a reality check.
Yep.
They go and do my job for half a day.
Well, they pick up the rocks and sweep the floors, right? I mean, he's a qualified chippy, right?
Who? Ezra
Durry.
Mam. Oh, Durry. Yeah. No.
I like, you can't compare the labouring work to what these guys do. Fucking framing up a house and putting everything on there.
If they're just coming
building's
in-
a good trade, mate. Don't talk yourself down, Durry.
If they're just coming and doing labouring, how the hell do you haze a dude like that who could absolutely smash you? If you're like, oh, hey,
You make
bro,
him
we
just
need-
carry everything.
Yeah, Ezra,
we need you to get down
The
to the
scaffold-
store and
go get us a left-hand screwdriver.
Yeah. Well, if you start off with you're putting all the fucking steel in with the concreters, and then you finish it off with the scaffolders need a hand, mate. And let me tell you, those shoulders, if he thinks they're hard, they'll be a lot harder when he's been picking up fucking scaffolding steel all day.
That's true.
Jesus,
That's true.
my back's still
That's
sore.
true.
It's been 12 years since I did it. But yeah, no, good on. Hopefully, Ezra actually does some work, because you can imagine him just sitting on a fucking box somewhere saying nah after the photo.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just waiting
Nah.
for Smoko, mate.
Waiting for Smoko,
do about
mate.
60 minutes and then go sit down and let someone else take over.
Yeah.
Totally.
So also just on the cheese here.
Yeah.
So the cheese has come out and said they can't force me to go to Townsville, basically saying that like
It sucks up there.
really doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
He did his ACL late in the season last year. I think it might have been in the finals as well.
Oh yeah.
So bad time for the cheese at the moment. Price of cheese is going down apparently.
Yeah.
He's coming off contract at the end of the year, and he said he's focused on 2025.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of rumors going around him. There was a rumor this year I heard that apparently he was spending like 50 grand a week on the pokies,
Holy, that's a lot.
and he was borrowing money off members of the Roosters. I don't know if this is legit. This is
Whoa.
this is something
How do
Durry
you-
sent me.
Is this,
Durry, man.
Durry's the inside man.
He's the mole.
what I want to know, is he doing this with notes or is he doing it with coins? Because
Yeah.
I'd love to see someone try and...
Imagine his pockets. He's just got fucking 50 grand and $2 coins just
Yeah.
in his pockets, walking around like, I don't have a gambling problem. It's like, bro, we know where you're going.
You can't get up the stairs. You've got so many
Dude,
coins
this
on you.
is my fucking leg training, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, righto. But yeah, no, the cheese. I hope that he does find
love to
a
see
place
it.
where he can fit in, because I'm not sure he's in the right spot at the moment.
I'd love to see them all spill out of his pockets and him just running around like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog after he's hit a spike.
Totally.
Just trying to get them all up, you know?
Rugby in New Zealand, big part of the culture. But what do you guys think it'd be like if a horse played rugby?
Whoa. Are you dropping this bomb on us?
No, I'm saying I'm just like this is it's,
unprompted.
this is something I've been thinking about. I know you've thought about it before, Tav.
Yeah. So there was around at RSA we were getting on the piss, and someone said to me, "Do you remember when Ngāti Porou had a horse playing at fullback?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
I'm not sure if
I
he was
kind of-
talking shit.
I kind of heard it like secondhand conversation, and I
Yeah.
stopped, turned around, and I couldn't find who said it. I
Yeah.
couldn't get any more into
I believe it was whited up a bush.
Whited up
someone,
a bush.
Someone
Sorry,
said whited
yeah,
up a
whited
bush. Yeah, that a horse played fullback down there. Now, I mean, this is all unconfirmed reports, but gee whiz, it would be incredible if
The
you
only
could pull it off.
the only evidence we saw was a huge jersey.
Yeah,
They
true.
they tried to the New Zealand rugby really tried to sweep it under the rug, didn't they?
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it was controversial at the time. You imagine if he was still playing today.
Well, there's a lot of injuries that came out of it as well, and a lot of lawsuits against the union afterwards for not policing the well-being of these players because it was the 80s. There wasn't a lot of rules back then, but apparently the horse
a lot of
really
head knocks,
destroyed a
yeah.
lot of collarbones.
Yeah, it was a 300 kg animal.
Yeah,
running at
400
you.
even.
Yeah.
I don't know, roughly.
That was before the C got put in the SPCA as well.
But yeah, true. I just wondered, what does the C stand for again?
Cruelty.
Cruelty. Right.
Of sport.
sport.
That's right, it's the world of sport. Because we haven't been talking about enough sport on the show, we've got another segment where we
got
talk
another
about the
sport.
news of it.
Well, I wanted to lead off with this for you fellas. It's Thanksgiving in America, and they play a lot of NFL football. Obviously, it's a national holiday. They have turkey.
Yep.
They eat turkey for dinner. And during the broadcast of all the games, the player of the day, they bring out a turducken, which is turkey, chicken,
There's
and
definitely duck in there.
and turkey, duck, chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
A chicken and a duck and a turkey.
Yeah, that's it.
There might be bacon in there, maybe. I don't know.
The chicken goes inside the duck, and the duck goes inside the turkey.
Crazy.
And the turkey goes inside my belly.
Yummy.
Yeah.
So they bring out like a big plate of it, and the winning team surrounds the reporters, and they get a bite out of a big leg, turducken leg, and it's a bit of a tradition. And I think it's really cool and creates a good vibe. Everyone's stoked on it.
It's beautiful.
It's kind of like a memorable moment for those dudes too, probably. Jordan Love, I think, won it this week, and Jared Goff maybe as well. You got Tom Brady up there, the GOAT, eating a big fucking bite out of a thing. Now, in Aotearoa, New Zealand, we don't have enough traditions like this. We've got Super Rugby. It's it's sort of struggling for audience in some respects. Now, I mean, the season starts around Waitangi Day.
I like where you're going with this.
And now I've got a proposal. Perhaps we could have a hangi on the weekend of the game that we sort of award, to the winning team, and the player of the day gets a kumara trophy,
Yeah.
maybe, and then we pick out a big, maybe, I don't know, chicken stuffed kumara.
Yeah.
Present it to the player, and he gets a big bite out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you guys' thoughts?
I like it. We can call it like the hungy pants of the day.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
And they basically get to just dig up the hungy maybe as well, the honour of that.
Totally.
And just dig in. But then we make the other players of the losing team watch them. They have to watch
Absolutely.
them.
And I mean, they could do a hangi on field too at Eden Park. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't have to be on the main field.
What about, as well as this, our spin on the turducken could be like a potato inside a kumara inside
A chicken leg.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that could be
maybe.
good.
What I'd really like to
I like
say
it.
is that, I think it's a bit of an issue that Anzac Day, the holiday's really only the morning. We should extend it to the full day so that both New Zealand and Australia have a shared public holiday that we can have like 3 league games play on.
The very nice, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it could be Anzac. Yeah, I was going Waitangi just because it's sort of our national holiday that's
Well,
significant to us.
yeah,
but
I like
guess
it.
Anzac's further into the year, so it would make sense.
Also, it might be hard to get the Aussies to start celebrating Waitangi Day.
Oh, no, this would just be for the yeah, true. But I was thinking it just could be for the New Zealand teams. Maybe we could do like a derby weekend.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And I mean, if it was too hard to put a hangi down, you could do the boil up, and you could just get a pork bone out, and they take a
true.
huge bite out of the pork bone. It's covered in puha.
That's
the pork
true.
bone and puha player of the day.
I can
Not
imagine.
Not bad.
The groundsman might not like us digging up the field to put the hangi down, so
True.
boil up could work
It'll
easier.
get over
Yeah.
it. I can just imagine during the broadcast, and it's like, and that's a great try from the Crusaders. Now we're panning over. Look at that boil up, and there's just like
Still going.
Matua just on the sideline, just like
Yeah.
stirring the pot.
Oh,
just
there's a
like,
doughboy maybe.
yeah, he's put a doughboy in.
Get the doughboy. Auntie's got the doughboy out. She serves it up on a big ass spoon.
She's got the fry bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like one of the presenters on Sky has
Damn, I'm
to
hungry.
bring the doughboy over. But yeah, no, I just thought it could be something to spice things up.
It's
Obviously,
real-
not a lot of spice in the boil up or the.
I just think it'd
honey,
be
but-
super beneficial for all our familial relationships if we could have a lot of sport on public holidays when we're expected to spend time with our families.
Absolutely. That's what,
Christmas is out the window.
that's what they do get right in America. They
Yeah.
chuck fucking heaps of sport on so you can just park up
Yeah.
and avoid any of the cooking.
It's great. They do it for Christmas as well. They have the NBA games on Christmas, which are always a big deal.
Yes, yes. I think that this is something we need to pursue, Whānau.
Yeah, what do we have? Cricket.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a Waitangi Day like sports tradition.
Nah.
It would be
Just
cool. It's kind of
Boxing
early
Day.
into the
Boxing Day cricket.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Man.
true. But anyway, that's one part of the world of news. Another thing I noticed over there in America was this guy Travis Hunter. Now he's a
Yes.
favourite for the Heisman Trophy,
That's a
which is the
huge
best
bitch.
player in college football.
Because I'm a stud.
Plays for Deion Sanders' team. They get a lot of media hype, a lot of media attention because he's Showtime. Oh, is that his prime time? He's
Prime
prime.
time, yeah.
He's prime. He's one of the legendary players. Played both sides of the ball himself, offense and defense for the
Yeah.
Atlanta Hawks. No, Atlanta. Fucking what
Falcons.
am I? Falcons for the Falcons.
Yeah.
And so he's got this guy Travis Hunter in his team who also plays offense and defense. I think he plays cornerback and wide receiver. This week he scored 3 touchdowns and got an interception.
Yeah.
Which is just unheard of.
That's
But
crazy.
Come on, Whānau. That's just rugby and league.
It's
Yeah.
just fucking rugby. And, I mean,
Bro, Dallin gets a try and an
I
interception
know.
all the time, bro.
I know. And, like, they could be looking at it like, damn, this is saving us some mean money because we don't have to fucking hire two people.
I suppose the NFL team that drafts him will get the benefit of basically filling
Yeah.
another spot in one side of the ball because he plays both, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. Like you could have another running back, you could have another extra wide receiver.
How many players are on a
52
NFL team?
52-man roster. I can't remember
Fucking
how
Where
many.
do they put all the
That's
seats for
insane.
them? You know, that's what I want.
Yeah, 53.
That's why when you
Typical
look at the
NFL team.
sideline, there's heaps of guys standing around. Only the
Yeah.
important guys are sitting.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
insane.
there's like 12 on the field at any one time. There's 24 who play, and then there's just like 3 in every position, pretty much.
Yeah, and then there's the
Special
special
teams.
teams as well.
Who are sometimes like backup defenders.
Yeah.
And receivers, but yeah,
And is the punter and the kicker, they're
different people. Yeah, different people. Yeah, you've got a long snapper too, so you've got a centre who just plays on when there's a kick.
Yeah.
So he's not the actual centre.
Yeah.
But he just comes on to go, throw it back real far.
And he gets paid $80 million
Yeah.
a game.
Who
Yeah,
let
yeah.
them? You know, I had an old job where the boss just was the manager was a little bit unchecked, and he just kept hiring more and more people, and half of them were just standing around.
Yeah.
And he got fired eventually. How come that hasn't happened?
In the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know. They just love, specialist positions. In New Zealand, we're more of a number 8 wire sort of, I can kick the ball. I can play prop, We've had props that kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at halftime, they're probably on the barbecue as well.
Yeah, or singing covers of, Rod Stewart
Yeah.
for the halftime entertainment.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of injuries on an away tour,
Yeah.
they'll just put one of the forwards on the wing and shift the backline around.
Totally. So, I always get a bit surprised when there's not more people playing offense and defense. But
Yeah,
hey, cool,
or-
Travis Hunter. He's the man. He always does the Heisman pose at the moment.
Heisman.
Like he's going to win it.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope he does. It would be cool.
You know who else who's up in the running for the Heisman?
Who's that?
It's that bloody horse for Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, they've got a horse playing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So this is a worldwide thing.
Yeah, so that horse is playing. What's Travis Kelce's position?
Tight end.
Tight end.
There's a horse playing
is
tight end.
Tight end. Yeah,
Far out.
pretty unreal.
That is.
It's
It
doing,
is.
it's doing big things.
Surreal.
Yeah. No helmet too.
Gee whiz. Well, also, moving over to England, Man City keep shitting the bed,
Yes.
and everyone loves to see it. So they're playing
Get your hand off my
Liverpool Monday morning. This episode will be out. You'll know the result by the time
yes.
you hear this, but it's a bit of a do or die game for Man City.
Yeah, didn't they just draw? Yeah, they just drew in the Champions
They
League.
were up 3-0
against a team called Feyenoord.
Yeah, I
which
think they're
I have no idea
Dutch,
where they're from.
maybe. I think they may be Dutch.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, so they were up 3-0 and they just completely shit the bed again.
Yep, Dutch
Crikey.
football.
Yeah.
Yep. So they've shit the bed. They're now fourth currently. They were third.
Oh, 'cause
they
Arsenal
were
played.
second last time we talked about them. Yeah,
Arsenal
Arsenal
just
played this
played.
morning. So Man City currently sitting behind Brighton.
It'll be a turning
Brighton are
point, Tay
third. Yeah.
if they can beat Liverpool.
Is it time
But
for
yeah,
your turning point, Tay Tay?
So I just wanted to bring this up. It's just an interesting thing that I saw. So you've got Liverpool number 1, Arsenal, Brighton, Man City. So Man City have scored 22 goals.
Yeah.
It's at the top spectrum for teams. I think the most goals scored this season so far is Tottenham at 27.
Right.
Liverpool is sitting at 24, Arsenal 26. Man City is sitting at 22. If you look down at Wolverhampton Wolves, have also scored 22 goals. And they're currently coming third to last. So they're potentially going to be relegated and have scored as many goals as Man City, which is
Far
fucking
out.
insane. But
That
they've
is.
conceded 32.
gee whiz.
And then
There you
Liverpool,
go.
who are number 1, have conceded 8 goals in
Far
12
out.
matches. Fucking insane.
That's real good.
Defense wins games. You know, I always say it.
You do. Ben does always say it when he's watching his football, his
Yeah.
soccer football on the weekends.
Auckland FC, maybe they could play in the EPL because, they've conceded none.
What do you think about this? Auckland KFC.
Whoa.
You're onto something, cousin.
Maybe? You reckon? Auckland KFC? But yeah, no. So also in the Premier League over the weekend, Arsenal, there were 5 goals in 13 minutes in that West Ham game.
Was unreal. It was
They
insane.
the goals happened like this.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, 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 bang.
And
Yeah.
then they just chilled out for the rest of the game. They didn't score anymore.
Yeah. So the Premier League is heating up. Obviously, it's only like 13 weeks in, but yeah, it will be very interesting to see what happens with Man City. Are they going to turning point Tay it, or are they just going to?
They're probably turning point Tete, but
Yeah.
like even at this point, even though there's only 12 games gone, it's a lot to claw your way back from.
Totally, but I mean, like Liverpool, everyone's expecting Liverpool to have shit the bed moment themselves because they're going way better than everyone expected them
They've
to.
got a new coach as
Yeah.
well. All it would take would be 1 or 2 major injuries, and they'll be fucked.
Yeah, everyone's talking about Mo Salah, also trying to bait like new contracts and shit.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, I don't know enough about that to weigh in.
out.
Yeah, it'd be great if Arsenal won. I'd love to see that. Yeah, Brighton are up there. Nottingham Forest. Chris Wood scored again this morning.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
let's go, Chris Wood.
Yeah, so they're looking red hot. They're currently sitting 6. So they might play Europa League if they can slide into that
Come
top 5.
on, Chris.
Come on,
boy.
you bastard.
Come on, you boys.
So next thing I just wanted to talk about was
One of my favourite moons, by the way.
Which one?
Europa.
Fuck yeah, me too.
Wait, where's that?
Which
It's in the solar system.
which
Oh.
moon? Is it a moon of a planet?
Yeah.
Which planet? Jupiter. One of the moons of Jupiter.
Bless
Oh, wait,
you.
it's Saturn, actually. Isn't
Saturn.
Oh.
I always get those two confused.
So
Yeah.
obviously the cricket's going on down in Christchurch. There's a lot of crime going down there.
yeah,
but,
it looks like New Zealand are going to lose that test, by the way, right?
Yeah, we had a good start, but then England kind of fought their way back.
Mm.
But I will point out that Glenn Phillips had the catch of the fucking year.
Catch
It
of the
was-
century.
It was insane. But
Crazy.
this isn't the first time he's done. He's had a near identical catch earlier this year when we played. Might have been England as well on a test
Yes.
over there, I think.
Yes.
But God, that boy could catch a cold.
Oh, yeah.
In space. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't-
he's-
I'm trying to
he's
think of
amazing.
a cool idiom.
He's definitely one of the most athletic cricketers we've ever had, or in this generation.
He's the Sallies are awesome as well.
He could be in the Home Alone 2 Bandits crime group without even having the sticky gloves because he has got those magic hands.
Far out, he does too.
Dick shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, he's an athlete, and he could do anything.
Glenn
Phillips,
He,
boy,
he
I tell
could.
you, he could
Yeah,
do
I like how he
anything.
wears the sunnies. He's
You remember
very
when,
straight up.
so he comes out to John Cena's theme song, the dun, 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 dun. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
John Cena shared a picture of Glenn Phillips, might have been earlier this year, coming out like in all cricket kit as well, which is kind of sick.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Glenn Phillips, he's an unsung hero. Honestly, I think it might still be standing. It might have been beaten, but he's got like the record for like the fastest T20 century.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
30 something balls.
Yeah.
Unreal against West Indies a few years ago.
right. Yeah,
Hell
true.
yeah.
He's a fucking unit, bro.
I want to talk about another unit. This is just a personal experience I had this week. A guy who's not playing the first test, but Mitch Santner. I actually had the privilege of going on a little work excursion with a colleague to the driving range with Mitch Santner, who good-looking bloke, good, really nice guy,
Insanely good golfer.
Good golfer.
We can't even explain how good at golf he is.
+2 handicap. So if you don't know what that means, he is 2 under par quite often.
Yeah.
Which means he's better than
Really
the golf
good.
course
For the whole 18 holes.
Yes. And so I had a bit of a humbling experience. I don't think I'm very good. I'm about a 22 handicap.
Do not come.
And I thought, I'm probably I'm the person who plays the most golf. So they took me down to the driving range to be like, okay, you're going to have a hit against Mitch. I hit a drive 240-ish, which is pretty good for me. And Mitch was like, oh, yeah, nice. He walks up, also a lefty. So it all looked, very similar in terms of how we're standing at the ball. Well, no, it didn't. He looks way better. But he crushed it over the fence 300 meters. First pop. It was insane.
Yeah.
Dudes at the driving range were just stopping and being like, I've never seen anyone hit it over the back fence before.
It's insane.
He also picked up a club I had. So he humbled me over and over again with every club, which was kind of fun, but also,
Then you
soul
started
destroying.
blaming the tools.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, at one point, so we're both lefties, and he noticed I had this hybrid club in my bag. And he goes, oh, that's pretty mean. Well, how does that go? And I go, I don't know, pretty good for me.
Hybrid. Yeah, it charges up when I go downhill.
Yeah. I put a little battery pack in it, helps the ball go further. But so I hit it 180, which is pretty much how it should go, 180, 190. He picked it up and hit the same club 235.
Nice.
Which is just fucking out the gate. I just couldn't. Yeah, it didn't comprehend for me.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He's a freak. It's just crazy seeing athletes do that shit. And he doesn't. It's not even his sport.
Nah, but this is the thing. Is these guys travel all year round.
Yeah.
The international test. The international cricket schedule.
Yeah.
Is pretty full on.
Yeah.
And then they have IPL, which I don't know if Mitch plays in that anymore.
He does. No, he got signed this year.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. So
Mumbai.
these guys travel a fuckload.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of downtime, and they're going to all these really cool places around the world with all these hard out golf courses.
And they probably don't want them doing kickboxing or
Yeah.
bull rush in
MMA,
their spare time.
jiu-jitsu.
wakeboarding. Yeah. So they play golf. All of them play golf, and it's quite a big competitive thing within not just the Black Caps, but the All Blacks as well.
Yeah.
Everyone gets into it. I remember a few years ago I did this Black Caps golf challenge.
Yeah.
Where I got the Black Caps in on a shoot day when I was working at Spark Sport, and we had a driving simulator.
Yeah.
And we had them all go head to head, and it got down to the final, and it was Martin Guptill
Oh yeah.
and Mitch Santner.
Yeah.
And both of them can drive at fucking 300 plus, it's
Yeah,
insane. Mitch smoked him. Mitch destroyed him.
Yeah.
Every matchup to the final, he was winning by 120 meters.
He's self-taught too, and he didn't even play golf as a kid. It's kind of some
they
spooky natural
relate
shit.
together, cricket and golf.
Timing.
Timing, just
All
swing.
in the hips, baby.
It's all in the hips, baby.
I can't move my hips. That's my problem.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
I have to move my whole body.
Raz's hips are his whole body.
Yeah, basically. But that's been the world of sport, Whānau.
In what sport does Fanny Schmeller compete for Germany?
Catch me on Facebook Marketplace, selling rumors, fake goods without a trace. Cause we're scamming. I hope you like scamming too. Scamming.
I love
Hope you
scamming.
like scamming too.
Well,
Whoa.
this week's. Oh yeah, I haven't had enough of that this week. I haven't had enough of it.
I'm trying to bring it in.
Good shit.
So this week's scamming.
No, I wanted to do. Are we going to do the same one? I want to do the Philippines one.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, you go for it.
Can I just? Because I think you going in cold might be quite good, Tav.
Oh, I love it.
So a scam
That's
call.
what his missus says.
Oh, not since I've started doing triathlon.
Fucking nice, bro. A scam call center in Philippines busted for targeting Australian men over 35 with promises of romance and crypto.
Oh, what?
The Australian Federal Police have been working with local authorities to bust a call center based in the Philippines responsible for scamming Australian men, with more than 250 criminals arrested so far.
Jesus.
So there's like a...
You said under 35, eh?
No, over
35.
35. Over 35. I'm
Damn.
pretty sure. Yeah, so like obviously men over 35 are the most important people on earth.
in the
Australian men, you know.
White Australian men over 35.
And these guys are getting scammed. So obviously we need to arrest all these Filipino women who are scamming them. But yeah, they're
They found our weaknesses. Desperate for romance and desperate to make easy money.
yeah, it seems like a lot of single blokes are getting caught up in this. Basically, they'd contact them, you know, with promises of romance, saying like, "Oh yeah, you know,
oh, you sound like a strong, handsome
we
man.
should meet up. We should, you know, come and
She
save me
doesn't
from
mind
my
if
life."
you do triathlons.
And then they'd convince them to invest in a cryptocurrency scam, which was all bullshit, and send them money.
I love crypto guys. Are you a crypto guy?
They seized more than 300 computer towers and 1,000 mobiles. So yeah, these people it was a big operation over there. Now, you know, obviously loneliness plays a part here, doesn't it, fellas?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. It's a great way to target someone. Find the loneliest guy in the room.
And crypto's always sounding enticing. It's like,
It's so mysterious.
yeah, fart coin.
It
Yeah,
could
I'm
be
in.
anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one really knows what it does.
Get in on the ground floor, Fano. That's how you.
buy low, sell when you're high. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think they've been targeting them with dating apps. I'm assuming Tinder and Bumble,
Yeah.
and then essentially saying like, I'll go out with you if you buy my trillionaire thugs off me because it's just been sitting there not making any money.
Another scam that's been going on is a lady down in Nelson again.
Nelson?
Stole $7,000 off her grandma to buy pee.
85-year-old grandmother to buy drugs and pay off debt, probably debt to pee dealers.
Perhaps.
But she said it was easy money.
Yeah.
Her partner and her 6 children moved back from Australia into her grandma's home in 2020. And yeah, she just started deceiving her grandma, stole her FBOS card and swindled her PIN number off her.
It was a classic case of the grandma let her borrow $50. It just said it, take the card down the shops then.
Go get her some durries and some milk.
Yeah.
But her crimes didn't stop there. While she was out on bail, apparently she stole from several shops with her kid with her as well.
Crazy.
And she stole her grandma's mobility scooter and then would go on a shoplifting spree while on the scooter.
That's kind of cool, actually. And I'd like to see a reenactment of that, pretty please.
That's definitely pretty out the gate stuff.
You know, a lot of people are wondering why there's been such huge issues with New Zealand media and why there's been a lot of layoffs and stuff. It's because we don't get enough reenactments. We need to see a reenactment of this pea-head lady with her grandma's money on the stolen scooter, shoplifting shit into the baby's car behind her.
So this is
that
what,
would be good fun
This
to
is what
watch.
she stole. So she stole $120 worth of clothing from farmers, $140 of art supplies from Paper Plus, $500 worth of items from Farmland Store, and $100 worth of stationery and ornaments from a variety store called Hello Banana.
No wonder Farmlands is reporting massive losses recently.
Yeah,
This
I know.
lady's been stealing them out of house and home. Gee whiz. But yeah, no, it sounds like some of that was for her kids though. So, you know, the art supplies perhaps.
Yeah, it's a little
Keep
bit
them busy.
A little bit sad that it kind of doesn't sound like luxurious items or
No.
anything. She's just
Clothes for the kids' backs.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because she
poor old
spent all the
Nana-
regular money on pee.
Hey, perhaps. But the poor lady did say, everyone steals from that grandma. I'm probably the one who stole the least. That's how she defended herself in
Really?
court. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the article she said,
no.
yeah, heaps of the family have stolen off her. This is the least of it. So yeah, hopefully they catch the rest of them for robbing Nana.
Oh, and apparently she used her grandma's car as security to borrow $3,000 from a lending firm as well.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, I saw that too.
So
How did they let? That's
If you see
cheeky.
her leaving the house, follow her because she's going to Cash Converters. Maybe you can get it for a deal before she goes in there. Check your frequency. If you live in Nelson.
Chef, I know that's been scamming.
Right, so I've got a new kind of ghost segment that I haven't told anyone
Oh,
about
God.
this week.
Yep.
And I don't have a sting for it, so I'm just using this chase music. But this is a segment that, working title, I'm just calling Really Real. So this is kind of an intervention that I'm staging as well that these guys don't know about, where I'm pinning Ben into a corner and I'm letting him know, bro,
It's not okay.
You've got a problem, brother.
Yep.
Wrong song.
I only ran 2Ks and swam one.
So,
Holy.
I did a tally over the last week.
Whoa.
And on Monday, Ben sent me 5 reels.
Yep.
Holy.
On Tuesday, he sent me 3.
Yep.
Directly or to the group chat?
To the group chat and to directly.
Okay.
And this doesn't include Facebook Messenger, so those numbers are uncounted.
Some of them I have to send just to him.
Fair enough.
On Wednesday, Ben sent me 10 reels.
Whoa.
That was a good day.
10 reels. On Thursday, he obviously had a bit of a real hangover. He sent me 3.
Okay.
On Friday, he sent me 8.
That's not bad. Friday's a big real day.
And Saturday, he sent me 2. So there's definitely a pattern.
Peaks
of
and troughs.
He's going big, and then he's realised that he's gone too
It's
hard.
kind of like if I go through my phone and look at my step count, it's the inverse.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So add it up. This is not including Messenger. This week, Ben sent me a total of 30 reels.
Well, I just have one question for you.
Go on.
Which one was your favourite?
Yeah, I mean, they were all pretty good.
He hasn't fucking looked at them. I have to keep sending more. If I even sent one, he wouldn't even check it. So why does it matter if I send 30?
Okay, I have an excuse here. I don't remember who sends which one, so I can't tell you which was my favourite you've sent because I don't know where they come from half the time.
They're usually
I'm like,
pretty good. Me and Ben's algorithm is in sync. We've spent so much time
yeah,
together.
mine's.
Yeah.
I don't really have much good stuff coming through, so I mostly rely on you guys to send the funny stuff.
Yeah.
But okay. So you've got a problem with.
Well, I wanted.
You just can't keep up. I can't keep up.
I wanted
sometimes.
to put it out to the whānau. Is 30 reels a week too many reels?
How many of them are pod related too? I would say at least 50%.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true.
Ben's saying not enough of his content's making it through to the run sheet as well, which is fair enough too.
It's I put it.
I don't know. Some of those reels we can't discuss though. I mean,
Some of them should. I send you guys a lot of the things that I just find so offensive. But that's actually completely in context with us talking about the social media ban.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying,
That's
I'm giving
true.
you guys examples.
They
I'm
should-
saying this is why under 16s shouldn't really
They
be
should
on here.
ban content like this and
Yes.
like this and like this.
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
then you open it up and you see I've liked it.
Yeah. I do see a lot of that. Like, oh, Ben, don't.
Whānau, hit us in the DMs. How many reels is too many? Is 5 a day okay? And Wednesday when I got 10, do you think was excessive or not?
Definitely should have looked at a few of those
I
as well.
I look at most of them, okay? I look at most of them. All right, guys. It's been another fantastic episode.
Is this song the one that's getting us fucking copywritten struck off YouTube every time?
Maybe. Okay, I won't play it then. I've got some generic. Hold on.
That's definitely
Okay,
going to get us kicked off.
We're going to have
Okay.
to get on the AI again, I think.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is better.
Oh, I guess
we
it's
go.
old enough. We
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
All right, so this is apologies.
Yeah, it's been a great episode. Is there anything you'd like to apologise for, Ra?
No.
I'd like to apologise to all those creators who I hyped up and said the boys are going to love this when I
Yeah.
sent the reels to you and then found out that you didn't even fucking check them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. Who would I like to apologise? Oh, the people of Christchurch. I'd like to apologise to. Because
Yeah,
I know
fair
you've
enough.
gone
Except
through
the wizard.
Except the wizard. I've basically said that it's a city full of crims, and it's not. There's boy races there too. I'm sorry, Christchurch. You've got a beautiful city down there. A couple of our mates live down there, so
True.
shout out to you.
I would like to say sorry to one person, Shane Jones, but at some stage, Uncle, put down the punnet of fucking muscles and get over it.
Yeah.
Invest
Yeah.
in something else.
Muscles and porn. That's all Shane Jones knows.
Muscles and porn, baby. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds like a fucking nice little night, but
Yeah. Might
We
check
can't do it every
myself into a hotel on the government credit card and
yeah, my dick's red raw and I've got gout, but hey, I'm loving it. Anyway,
nothing
Get off it, Uncle.
quite like muscle water and tears for lube.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, brother.
Yeah.
All right, Vano, have a great week. See you in the DMs.
Interact with us.
See you next time.
Send us some voice messages,
Bolt.
you bastards.